Okay, boys and girls, so we have been talking a lot about warm and cool colors. We have also been talking about the season of fall and different shapes and sizes of leaves. So today, with inspiration from the book The Giving Tree, we are going to create our own fall tree using warm colors. Okay, so you have your paper, and your paper needs to be vertical, which is up and down. Okay, this is horizontal, this is vertical. Today we want to go vertical. So what you would want to do first, and always the first thing we do, is put your name on your artwork in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm writing Mrs. DeYoung. You are going to write your own name. Okay? The next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to use our hands today. Our hands are a very important tool in art. So we are going to use our arm as the tree trunk and our hand as the tree branches. So you're going to lay your hand out on your paper and make sure that your tree trunk is straight and that your fingers are spread apart, because these are going to be all of the branches of our tree. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to trace around my hand. I'm going to use a marker, boys and girls, so that you can see it better, but you can use a pencil, okay, just in case you need to make a change later. So I'm just going to slowly, and the key to this is to go slowly, and I'm going to trace around all of my fingers. Remember, when you make a line drawing around something, that is called a contour line. So I am drawing a contour line drawing of my hand right now. Okay? All right, and when I lift my hand up, I have my tree. I'm going to give you all just a couple of minutes to go ahead and do that on your own. Make sure that your tree trunk goes all the way down to the bottom of your page. Okay, so I have my tree trunk and I have my hand. The next thing you're going to do after you have that, and it's okay if you're not done, I'm going to continue, but you will have plenty of time to finish this later on your own. So at this time, I'm going to start adding the leaves to my trees. Remember last week when we looked at leaves, we talked about how they all have different patterns and shapes. The contour line around this leaf is organic, okay? It's not a perfectly straight line. And there's lots of patterns and lines on my leaf. There's a vein on my leaf that carries the water to the outside of the leaf. So I'm going to draw these things on my leaves. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start filling in leaves on my tree. If you want to draw some branches coming out from your fingers, you can do that. And as always, boys and girls, this is your piece of artwork. So you have the freedom and the choice to change whatever you would like on your paper. It does not have to look just like mine, okay? This is just a guide. You can change things and make them your own. So I added some branches onto my fingers, okay? And now I'm gonna start filling in my tree with leaves. While you're drawing, you can think about the book we just read, The Giving Tree. So the tree gave everything he had to that little boy because he loved him so much. You can think about people in your life that you love very much and that you are thankful for. Maybe some of these leaves on your tree are symbols for those people. Maybe this represents your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your tias, your tios, your grandparents, your abuelos. Okay, so I'm filling all this in. Okay, it's up to you how many leaves that you want to draw. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the vein to some of my leaves, my larger leaves. And the vein is that line that carries water to my leaf so that it stays alive. Remember, plants need sun, water, and soil. Okay, so my tree needs sun, water, and soil. After you do that, boys and girls, you're going to plan out the rest of your composition, okay? So on my tree, I'm gonna just add some lines so that it looks like tree bark. It's kind of like the wood grain. You know how kind of looks like rings on a tree to make it look like wood? The tree bark, okay? And when we're done with this, it will be kind of hard to tell that we even had our hand on there. It's just gonna look like a tree. Okay, so I have my tree trunk finished, and now I'm gonna start working down here. So I'm gonna add some grass, and these are just zigzag lines. Remember, we've been talking about line in art. So these are zigzag lines, and if you have a different way that you like to draw grass, that is just fine. We took a virtual field trip a couple of weeks ago to a pumpkin patch. Maybe it's fall, the season of fall in your picture, so you're gonna add some pumpkins. Okay, those are just simply an oval shape, and you're gonna add a rectangle for the stem. Okay, I'm gonna add some vines. Those are like curlicue lines. Maybe I have a butterfly in my sky. It's up to you, boys and girls, what you want to add onto your picture. I'm gonna add some sunflowers. We took a virtual field trip to my garden, so we're kind of drawing in different things that we've already been working on this year, right? Things in nature. The live oak tree is a tree that grows quite often in Houston, so you might want to think about making your tree a live oak. Okay, in the sky, I'm going to add some clouds in the sky, and I'm gonna add a whole circle for my sun. Whole circle with a spiral line inside. Okay, so now is the fun part, right? Now I'm ready to color. Boys and girls, you're going to have plenty of time to add color, but what I want you to think about is using those warm colors, okay? So remember, we've talked about reds, oranges, yellows, green can be a warm or a cool. So I'm gonna add some green, and I'm going to use these warm colors. Okay, those are some examples of the colors I'm going to use to color in my paper so that it's mostly a warm composition. And I'm gonna take my time. I do have some different shades of brown here. I'm gonna take my time, and I'm gonna draw kind of a darker outline, kind of pressing down a little bit harder on the edges of the tree trunk and the branches. And then when I color on the inside, I'm going to press down just a little bit lighter. That's a good technique for coloring, okay? You're pressing down a little bit hard on the edges. And then I'm coloring in lightly. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do that for my entire tree trunk. I'm also going to do the same thing for my leaves. So I'm going to press down a little bit harder on the edge, and then on the inside, okay, I'm pressing down lighter, and I'm using the warm colors, the warm fall colors, reds, oranges, yellows, colors that feel like fire. Okay, same thing for the bottom of my paper. And boys and girls, when you are done today, the entire paper should have color. There should be no white space left unless, let me tell you the one exception. You want to leave those clouds white, you could leave those clouds white. Okay, but other than that, I'm going to have color on my entire paper. And boys and girls, coloring is a really relaxing, calm, peaceful activity. While you're doing this today, I want you to think about those people that you love in your life and that you're thankful for, and that maybe some of those leaves represent those people. Remember our story of the giving tree. Who are some people that we give to in our life?